Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring quarter. Today is All Things Thursday and well, we have no things. So no happy mail and nothing has come in that I've purchased except for one little thing which is kind of boring. I did buy, let's see if I can find it. I did buy some paper. I just gotta find it. I finally bought some of the tan Desert Storm paper. So I have bought a small package of it to give it a try, and I can't find it. There it is. So this is the only thing I've bought. Boring, I know, but that's all I've bought. I have actually run out of things to buy. Horrifying as that seems. I have a couple of things on my wish list that I'm working towards, but I have to save up for them. And I haven't saved up enough yet. So they're going to have to wait. I'm trying to behave. I'm trying not to spend more than I have. I know, it's horrifying, isn't it? But we have a hug, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to color hug number 49. And we're going to color these lovely, lovely people here. Now I'm going to start with the one on the back there. And of course, because it is No Things Thursday, we are going to use a set of colored pencils that I haven't used in a while. These are the Cadram colored pencils, and I have a small set of them, so that is what we'll be using. So, um, move this around just a little bit so I can get to everything. My coffee cup is empty. Ay, ay, ay. Ooh, that's what I was going to show you guys too. So, if you all know that we are going to be doing the Harry Potter-a-thon, and I will be coloring something 3D printed. So, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. This is what I will be coloring. It is a 3D printed picture out of the Harry Potter coloring book. And of course, that is. Oh, shoot, Dobby. For some reason, my brain would not let me say Dobby. I don't know why. So that is Dobby snapping his fingers and getting people out of the dungeon. So that is what we will be coloring. It's pretty cool. And if you put a light behind it, let's see if I can grab my. Hold on a sec. Let's see if I can do this without blinding you. Just because I don't have anything else to show. So I'm going to give you sneak peeks. So I will be coloring it. Well, I'll be coloring it with paint markers. I'm going to actually set this up so that the light isn't visible other than underneath it. So I need this here. I'm trying to make it so that you can't see any major amounts of light. So there we go. So as you can see all the lines and all the shading and that sort of thing. And once I color it, I will be coloring it on the screen here so you can see the colors being added. Now the great thing about this is that there is two different sides to it, of course, because it is three-dimensional. So I can go through and I can color the back side of it, and just the same way you do the drafting film, and I can color one side of it and then flip it over and add the details to the other side of it. Now I'm going to turn this off because it's messing with the camera. And as you can see, off without the light on, it's just completely flat on the back. Well, it's got some layer lines, but it's mostly flat on the back, and the dimension is on the front. So that's what we will be coloring. Just wanted to, that's your sneak peek for the Harry Potter-a-thon. All right. And of course I will probably be doing that with acrylic paint pens. So I did a couple of tests with some alcohol markers as well, but I think the majority of it will be acrylic paint pens, maybe some alcohol marker on the back. I'm not sure. All right, so that is the sneak peek. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to color these wonderful, wonderful people here. And I'm going to actually color her as an apparition or an angel protecting. So I'm going to make her fairly ghostly. So I'm just going to sharpen that up. Now I'm going to do her and the baby first. So I'm going to take a bit of this here, and I need a little bit of this one. No. Maybe that's the only one I got of that. A little bit of this. And some of this. So she is going to be a dark-skinned individual. So we're going to do some dark skin. So we're going to start with some purple. In her shadow lines. And I gotta sharpen this one a little bit. Might have to switch you over to the other camera so you can see a little bit better, which means I'd have to move everything on my desk around again. So hopefully we can maybe just move you in a little bit. There. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way as well. So I'm just doing the shadow areas on the baby as well as the shadow areas on the mama here. Like so. Okay. And since it's coming up to Halloween, I thought that, it would be very fitting to do one as an apparition. And also it shows you how to take a line art like this and make it a little more see-through. So as you can see, I'm going through and putting in different lines. I've already gone through and did it in pencil so that I could see where they are. Alright, so we've got the purple in there, and now we're going to add a bit of the golden tones. Like that. So I had to go out yesterday and actually people. And I've got to do it again today. Would have done it earlier, except for I had an appointment for the internet. So I actually had people here. It was horrible. So I'm just going in with a light brown and just filling in going right over top of that golden brown color and the purple. I know they look a little jaundiced right now, but I will fix it, I promise. It won't stay that color. Okay. And then we're going to go in with some dark brown. This one's not too bad, but still needs a little tiny touch of sharpening. The one thing I really like about these pencils, and you can get a full 150 set of them under a different name, under the Q-Lee name, which is great. The one thing I like about them is they hold a point very, very nicely. And just layer. You can layer them really well. This paper, of course, is not the best paper for layering, but we do what we gotta do, right? Of course, I have a page behind so that any pressure that I put on it isn't going to put the ink from the back side of the page on somewhere else, or the pigment from the coloring on the back side of the page somewhere else. So just going through and darkening up the areas on the skin. And I'm covering the whole area. I will go through and I'll add a little bit of a darker bit to the edges if the paper will allow. And I'll do that with either a black or a darker brown if there is one. Okay. Just going to make sure that we get those dark, shadowy areas. Alright. I think that. Okay, so let's see this one. It might be a bit of a reddy brown. Yeah, that's a little bit too red. So I'm going to take a bit of a black gray. This is a really dark black gray color. We're just going to come in to just up into that purple area and out. Just going into those dark skin tone areas. Those darker shadows. Same with on the baby. Just going to do the shadow areas. And then down here at her sleeves. Alright. Like so. Now once we've got all that down, then we're going to take our light brown again and we're just going to try to blend it all together. Like I said, this paper isn't the best for multiple layers, so you just have to be careful, especially when you're going through and trying to blend, because you don't want to press hard to get that blend to go through. Otherwise you're just going to scrape off all the pigment you've already put down. Now I'm not going to go over top of that area because I want that area to look a little bit washed out. Okay, now we want a little bit of pink. Just a touch of pink for the baby's lips and the mama's lips. Alright. Now we're going to do her hair, and we're going to use, I think, this blue here, and then we'll use black on top of it. So we're just going to go through and add the blue into the highlight areas. So just covering the whole thing with the blue, and then we'll go in with the black and darken up the shadow areas. Same with on the baby. black. And we're just going to do a little bit harder and deeper in the areas that are very solid, heavy shadow areas. And we're just going to go into that blue. Like that. Same with on the baby. Make sure you get her eyebrows. Oh goodness. The trains have been very noisy lately. Alright, now we're going to color her dress. And I think I want her dress to be, let's see. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit of this light brown. No. Nah. So I want her dress to be yellows. I think. Maybe? Yeah. So let's start with a nice dark yellow. So we're going to go up in here. Get those areas that are under the baby and the movement of her arm here and her sleeve. Down her side. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just following the movement of the gown that she's wearing and putting in the shadows. Trying to make sure I have the areas correct here. Because it can be difficult. To make sure that you have all those areas right. So right now I'm just going through and following the artist's shadow lines and crease lines, movements of the dress, of the gown. And I'm assuming, which you know what that means, right? With the CP baby that this might be a 90. I'm not sure. You never know. Alright, now we're going to take a lighter yellow. Nice pale yellow. We're going to finish off the gown. And I'm just basically just shading over the entire area with this lighter color and getting that color established. Then I'm going to go back in with a little bit of an orangey color, orangey yellow, and we're just going to put some deeper shadows in. For example, under here, just going to deepen that shadow a little bit. Deepen the shadows under her knees. And where the body is touching the floor. And then up here, where we've got the shadows from the baby and the body movements here. So basically I'm just going through and making sure that I've got everything with a good amount of the contrast and shadows. And there we have her all done. And we're going to do the baby, his jammies. We're going to do them a nice blue. So we're going to start with this one. Just because I like blue. I like blue on babies. Did not see that. I sharpened it a little bit too sharp. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to make sure that I get into the shadow areas for Mom's hand. Little tiny bodies. going to take this light blue and just going to shadow everything, or shade everything in. Alright, so there we have the first one done. Now for the girl behind. As you can see, I have gone through and made sure that everything on the front is able to see the lady behind. Now we're just going to put in a few shadows just to give her a little bit of contrast. Not a lot, but a little bit. Because even though she is a bit of an apparition, you can see the initial shadows. So I'm going to do her hair, and I'm just going to bring it all the way up and through. Because you would see that a little bit. Back to the gray. Where did I put it? No, I just had it. There it is. Alright. So I put in a little bit of green gray there. Now I'm going in with the lighter gray. Alright. And then we're going to take the white. And we're going to color her all in with the white. Right over top. Of all those other areas, paling them down, making them a little bit lighter. Alright. Now we're going to take a really pale yellow, and we're just going to gently add a bit of a glow to her. Like she's a bit of an angel-y type apparition protecting. Just going to put that glow. And hopefully you can see it. Putting that glow into her, so basically she's helping the mama protect the baby. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to do the floor. I'm going to take a little bit of this brown here. And we're only going to do the shadow under this one here. And I need the darker brown. And there we have it. And there is our angel protecting Mama, protecting the little angel. Alright guys, so that is the hug of the day. I hope you have enjoyed this hug. I know that, it's not exactly what you expected, but I just saw it as a special angel type of hug, or an apparitional hug. So that's what I colored it as. Alright guys, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Of course, tomorrow will be a fun stuff Friday, and we will be coloring this wonderful set of underwater specialities. I'm not quite sure what to call them, but they're cool. Of course, today's hug is number 49. Tomorrow will be the big 50. Let's just check and make sure. So as you can see, I'll have to go through and erase this page because of the transference. Hopefully, not too much on the other ones. I think I'm going to have to get a different set of papers because I didn't, well, not really, because I just didn't put in the paper. Wasn't that nice of me? So yes, so as you can see, I didn't put my paper there, and all of that coloring transferred onto this page here. So, and this is hug number 49, and it is October 7th. So that is all of that. I hope you enjoyed the hug. I do thank you all very much for watching. And of course, remember to relax, color, and stay safe. And always, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Until tomorrow, where we will be coloring another hug with another not often used colored pencil set. We will try to stick with the C's for Corey's hashtag of C is for October, or C's in October, whichever. I'm not quite sure how she has her hashtag done, but we will be coloring it with a C type of pencil. All right, guys, until next time, bye bye for now.